Imagine you're shopping for a jacket. The first price you see is $500. Then you notice it's on sale for $299. Suddenly, $299 feels like a bargain. But here's the important question. Would it still feel cheap if you'd never seen the $500 price? This is where something called the anchoring effect can influence your judgment. Anchoring happens when an initial piece of information becomes a reference point for decisions that come afterward. And numbers can be especially powerful anchors. Once your brain sees $500, it doesn't evaluate the next price in isolation. It compares it with the number already in your mind. $299 feels cheaper because $500 came first. This effect isn't limited to shopping. Imagine negotiating a salary. The first number mentioned can influence the entire conversation. Or imagine someone asks whether the population of a city is higher or lower than 10 million. Even if 10 million is completely arbitrary, that number can influence the estimate you make next. Researchers Amos Tversky and Daniel Kahneman demonstrated this effect in classic experiments. Participants were exposed to numbers that were essentially random, yet those numbers still influenced estimates they made afterward. That's what makes anchoring so interesting. You can know that a number isn't particularly meaningful and still be influenced by it. Businesses can use anchors deliberately. A product might first appear beside a much more expensive option. A subscription may display a high original price next to a discounted price. A restaurant might include an extremely expensive item that makes everything else on the menu seem more reasonable. The anchor changes the comparison, but anchors don't have to control your decision. When a number matters, create your own reference point. Before looking at someone else's, if you're buying something expensive, research the normal market price first. If you're negotiating, decide what you believe is reasonable before hearing the other person's number and ask yourself, would I still think this was a good deal if I hadn't seen the first number? Your brain needs reference points to make comparisons. That's useful. But the first reference point isn't automatically the right one. Sometimes the number that feels most important isn't important because it's accurate. It's important simply because you saw it first.